6 and they cut it to 11. You guys distance yourselves again. Just toughness and intensity and everything. What do you think about your team tonight?
Well, I thought the intensity was great. I didn't, I hope we showed some toughness, but we didn't come out and start the second half like we should have. But other than that 7 minutes and start the second half, I thought we played pretty well the whole time, and we shared it for the most part and was aggressive, and our defense was well above what it has been, even though we still didn't rebound it great. But I thought our intensity level was at a different level than it's been any time this year.
Yeah, I know it's early in the conference season, but potentially how big can this win be moving forward if you continue to build and stack?
Well, it's going to be really important if we continue to build and stack. If it's in nuts or candy, or if it's in butts or candy and nuts, we'd all have a better Christmas too, I guess. But I think it was a must-need win. So.
From this performance, what are the sustainable things you feel like your group can continue to do and repeat game over game?
I thought we made less mental mistakes defensively. I actually thought our intensity level was better. The play of the game was Marco getting that 20-80 ball. Instead of giving up 2 points, it ended up being 3 points short. That's the best play in the game, maybe the best play we've had this season. So I thought we shortened the rotation, obviously, and I think that helped us tonight because guys got rhythm. Maury got a rhythm, and I don't know that we did. The thing, that's a good question. I would say the one thing that comes to mind more than anything else, we were aggressive with Darren in the game, and that's the first time that's happened this year.
And there were several instances of guys diving on the floor for loose balls. You mentioned on Marco there. Is that the type of energy you're talking about with those?
Oh yeah. That was in the on the board before the game. You go over things, and I put get on the floor, then something else, and get on the floor, then something else, and get on the floor, then something else, and get on the floor, trying to prove a point about basketball is a game of 50-50 balls. If you get majority of them, you have a better chance to win. And I don't know what the numbers were, but I think we were much better in that area.
I think it was Darren that said you talked about that play in the locker room after.
Oh, yeah.
What do you say about it?
It's the best play anybody's made this year, and he didn't get 2 points out of it. So if you guys remember last year, we had a similar play against them when Juan dove, and then I think Flory dove, and then Diggy threw the lob to KJ. A very similar type play in the game last year. That was the best play of that game for sure.
And does that get addressed during the game? I was a timeout, and you guys had a moment.
Oh, did I say something?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was in a better mood coaching tonight because I thought the guys tried so hard.
Coach, how impactful do you think Flory was for you guys on the defensive end and forcing Arrow State into some offensive struggles, turnovers, blocking shots?
The first half, does anybody know how many block shots we had the first half? 4? When we had 7 steals? I think it says, I think we did. I could be wrong. So you add those together, that's 11.
You had 7 steals, 4 blocks.
That's 11 and a half when we haven't been averaging 11 in a game for the year. So to me, and a large part of that is obviously Flory. So I thought Flory did a great job, obviously protecting the basket.
Well, just one more thing about Marco's play. That started with him getting stripped, if I remember correctly. So
yeah, made a terrible play. They took it from him, and then went and got it back.
So does that add to that all the more for you, like that it was a moment of?
Yeah, well, it's the reason he got stripped was what we talk about all the time. So he turned an obvious negative into the biggest positive of the night. So, but that's the way it should be. Guy misses a block, well, you still got to figure out a way to make a play. And he did that at that moment.
And just one other thing is just ultimately, does this game a good visual for them to see what their ceiling is
I,
for the guys?
I do think, and to, I think, Shay's point, you said it so much more eloquently than what, but I do think the fact that, we needed to see something good happen with all our players out there playing together, because we haven't had that yet. And so I thought that was really important.
Bill, I think you talked about them being a little more aggressive with Darren out there. Overall, how did you feel like they played together with Darren? I know that's been.
I thought we played great. You know, Iowa State pressured, and so they denied Darren a lot. So all that did was, you know, put the ball in Melvin's hands and go get downhill. But everybody was doing. Marco got downhill the first half. How many times, Mari, if I'm not mistaken, got 5 assists the first half, and how many of those was driving at baseline or back cuts or that kind of? We were just more aggressive as a total unit.
Bill, when you put it together in the off-season and you get them in the preseason and you start to picture, okay, here's how this fits. I mean, is this kind of what you envisioned when you know, before you started playing games?
This is more what I had envisioned. I still don't think we run our stuff. I still don't think we're an execution team. I still don't think there's a lot of things we don't do well. But if you play turned up, you know, you look twice as athletic as you do as when you don't. And we looked athletic tonight, and you know, we've got an elite player. We got an elite scorer. And even tonight, you could see when he went to get his own, he can do some things different than anybody else can do. But the thing about it is, our other guys are good players. We don't need to defer to playing just to him. But we also need to take advantage of him. And I don't think we have found that balance yet, but tonight was the closest thing to it.
And then just being able to execute a game plan, maybe how difficult has that been recently, and what did you see tonight?
Well, you know, Darren still hadn't finished a game this season. You know, he was closer tonight. You know, he made it to the 5-minute mark or whatever, but he still has, or 6-minute mark, but he still hadn't finished a game. I actually, I think we're so much closer, but it is a challenge for the guys to play to him, and this is what we want, and we're going to play to him, and then you change how you play and how you think when one person's in the game, and I don't think that's how you coach. I think you coach a style and you play to the style regardless of who's in the game, and we just haven't been doing that as much. So hopefully it'll be a positive force. But the bottom line is we need everybody for us to have a chance to have the best team that we can. But everybody needs to understand that different guys have skill sets, and I just think we played to our skill set far better tonight than what we have been.
Could he have finished tonight?
He told me I can go if you really need me, which tells me no. But was it bad, CJ? No, it wasn't bad. He was like, if you don't need me out there, I'm not moving as good as I was earlier. Let somebody else finish it off. So it wasn't a bad, I'm cramping, I got to come out. It was more like, I'm not quite whole right now, you know.
When you recruited Trey, did you envision him shooting it as prolifically
No.
as he has?
No.
What did you make of tonight?
I thought he shot it unbelievably well. I think the ball with Trey sometimes sticks, but I think how many threes he made tonight? 5, and he got a 3-point foul too. So we thought he was a great corner 3 shooter, but we didn't know he would shoot it consistently like he has so far.
What'd you think of Powell coming through time and again?
I thought he was, he made 2 big ones and then hit the floater on the baseline and got big offensive rebounds, and he had 6 dimes and no turnovers. I mean, he had a perfect stat line for a guy off the bench.
After West Virginia being 1 and 2, what was the main message to the team all weekend before the game tonight?
Well, all week it's only been 1 practice, so because of Sunday really wasn't a day. I think we screwed it up. How are we going to unscrew it? Basically, maybe I didn't use those words exactly, but I think the whole thing is hey, this is the situation, and there's a lot of season left, and I use the football analogy too about there's time to catch up, but we have dug ourselves a situation where, you know, we don't have much more time to wait. The margin for error is less and less as we move forward.
Trey mentioned that the players got together. Did you encourage that, or was that on their own? They had a meeting?
They may have, I have no idea. Which is, if they had a players-only meeting, the coaches should know. But I had no idea. So they should meet more often.
Bill, Iowa State's big three of Lipsy, Novchilowicz, and Jefferson combined for just 28% tonight. What was their key to keeping them off balance and uncomfortable all throughout?
Well, we were fortunate that they did miss some looks that wasn't caused by defense. But I thought we did a good job of challenging Jefferson in tight. And I thought that for the most part, Milan, I think we did a good job of being there on the catch, and he still made how many threes? 3 or 4? I don't even know. But we limited his good looks, and then Lipsy, you know, he got downhill to start the second half. But other than start the second half, I thought we did a good job for the most part keeping him out of the paint. For the most part, not totally.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys.